welcome back to today's lesson where we're going to be talking about how to grow this new group that you've created on LinkedIn. Now, in the previous lesson, we talked about how to set up the group and also best practices as far as managing the group. So now let's actually get some people in here so you have something to manage as well as something that's going to grow organically over time. So let's get right to it. So ideally, you've put some content in here, you've made a few posts, and now the first thing that you want to do is you want to invite your friends to join the group. Because remember, before we launch the group, we want to make sure that there's some actual people in here. So just ask your friends for a favor to say, hey, will you please just join this new group that I created, and go in the discussions and comment and like on some of the stuff that I posted, and introduce yourself discussion. And that way the group starts to look more lively when you start to invite people that don't know you or that don't know you that well. So after all that has happened, then what you want to go here and you want to go into send invitations. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to send invitations, and then we're going to click right here, and then we're just going to invite everybody that is a good prospect. So here you can select all your connections, and then you can, as you select them, they get added here, and then once you reach 50, it'll say finished, and then you can go ahead and hit that, and then LinkedIn's going to actually invite them into your group. Now, one thing to know is you can filter people by location and you can filter them by industry. So if your group is industry specific, this would be a really easy way to go through your connections and only invite the people that best fit the demographic of the group. You don't want to invite people that you don't actually want in here or that are not your ideal target for the group, because then if you don't accept them and you invited them, they're going to get mad. And then you don't want to have people in here that are just not going to be what you're looking for. You've already written out the goals for this group. You have a target audience for this group, so be sure to only be inviting those people here to come in here and provide value. Now, another way that you can actually invite people to your group is by going here and clicking on add other email addresses. Now, this is really powerful because what you can do is you can copy and paste email addresses that you have of, let's say, an email list that you might have purchased of your ideal prospects, and put that in here, and then LinkedIn is going to go ahead and send them the invitation to join your group. Additionally, right down here is the actual link to your group. So another thing that you can do is invite people in other social media channels that you own to join your new group, as well as your email subscribers to join your group, and any customers that you might have. Especially if you have really happy customers, they're great people to come in here and start engaging as you start posting content and talking about the services that you provide, the way that I've taught you how to create your content. When your customers go in here and they'll comment something positively on something that you wrote and say, yeah, I remember that you did X, Y, and Z for me, that makes you look so good. It's going to really help in converting the group members into becoming your clients when they start seeing that kind of stuff in your group. So definitely get your happy clients in here, and if you do purchase any email list of your ideal prospects, you can just come in here and copy and paste them into here. LinkedIn's going to send them the invitations, so it's going to be a great way to grow the group with your target audience. Now, another thing you can do, and this goes back to the top of mind messaging campaigns that we went over in Module 2, is have one of the messages be an invite to the group. And you take this link and you personally invite people to the group. Now, typically with this LinkedIn message, with LinkedIn sending this group invitation, the response rate is about 10%. So it does not hurt to, in addition to this, send another message to your ideal prospects that are your connections, a more personalized message with the group link, asking them to join and letting them know of the benefits of joining this particular group. That is something that's going to add value to their business based on the services that you provide, because that's ideally how you've set this up. And remember, sometimes people are not going to respond to the first message that they get about something. So if they see it 2 times or 3 times, then they're more likely to want to join. So don't be afraid to invite people that have already received this message, because a lot of times they may not have even seen the message. Now, you also want to add your new group to your website and also your email signature, because that's going to entice people to want to join. You can also do the same thing that we talked about when creating your company page and having an incentive to people for joining your group. So if they join your group within this particular week, they get entered to win, a consultation with you or a free trial or something along those lines. So really make it fun for people to join and start growing the numbers, because the higher the number goes over time, the group will just grow organically on its own, like some of the other groups that I've shown you that are really large. And people just basically want to know that the group is active and that there's a lot of people in the group. So make sure that you are going in here and moderating this daily, especially as your group begins to grow, because if people try to join and then they see that it's taken a month before anything's being approved and there's just not that many people interacting, not much going on, they're not going to stay here very long and you're going to have a hard time actually growing the group. So next, after your friends have already joined your group and created some activity in it, you want to invite your first degree connections to join your group who fit your group's demographic, and you want to start to promote your group on all your other platforms such as email, Facebook, Twitter, and even on LinkedIn updates itself. And you want to acquire lists of prospects to invite to your group, because you can copy and paste those email addresses like I showed you. So wherever you can get email lists of your prospect, that's going to be really valuable to inviting them into the group. And you want to add your group invite message to your multi-touch marketing campaigns. So as you're getting new connections, especially if they fit the demographic of the group, you want to have a message in there at some point inviting them to come and participate in your community. Now, go ahead, take action on these steps, earn your badge, and I'm going to see you on the next lesson where we're going to talk about how to use group announcements to generate leads.